Welcome to tonight's explainer. Go ahead and get comfortable. Maybe pull a blanket a little closer, take a really slow, deep breath, and just let the quiet of the evening truly settle in around you. Imagine the faint, rhythmic sound of drops just starting to tap against the glass of your window. Tonight, we're exploring a pretty profound piece of psychology. We're looking at the hidden, deeply comforting solace that comes from rainy days. If you've ever felt a strange, almost inexplicable calm just wash over your entire nervous system when the weather turns dark and the winds pick up, well, you're going to find tonight's journey especially meaningful. Let's settle in.
I want you to be perfectly honest with yourself for a second. Why do you feel a strange sense of relief when the sky turns gray and it starts to rain? Just pause and really reflect on that secret love you have for stormy weather. When those heavy clouds gather and block out the harsh sun, something deep inside you shifts, doesn't it? The tension in your shoulders drops. A quiet little exhale escapes you. Section 1. A strange sense of relief.
If you do feel this way, you need to know that you're deeply understood. You're actually among the 100,000 minds who think a little deeper, who perceive their environment differently, and who absorb the world in a way that, frankly, most others completely miss. For a hyper-perceptive person, a normal, sunny, bustling day carries a massive cognitive load. You're constantly processing thousands of tiny details, expectations, and interactions. So you aren't just reacting to the weather, you're finding a rare, necessary comfort in the storm. It's almost like a physical barrier between you and the overwhelming demands of a bright, sunlit world.
In finding this comfort, it isn't an accident. It perfectly aligns with your internal wiring. From an evolutionary perspective, the brain of an overthinker is constantly engaged in scanning the environment for threats, tasks, unfinished business. It's a highly taxing, hyper-vigilant state to be in. But when a storm rolls in, it provides a deep, primal signal to your nervous system. Think about our ancestral past. Bad weather meant one thing: seek shelter, stay put, and rest. There was no hunting, no gathering, no traveling. The storm effectively turns off that exhausting scanning mode. It perfectly meets the needs of the complex wiring inside you, finally telling your restless mind that it's safe to just power down.
Part 2. The sensory blanket. Consider the heavy burden of a loud mind. It's filled with the sharp, demanding, completely unpredictable noises of the outside world, which constantly trigger that exhausting cycle of overthinking. Now contrast that chaotic pressure with a sensory blanket. The steady, rhythmic sound of rain falling against the roof acts as a literal shield. It physically quiets that loud mind, replacing the harsh unpredictability of daily life with a soothing, predictable, and continuous rhythm. It just wraps around your thoughts, insulating you from the jagged edges of a highly demanding day.
And this auditory blanket relies on a really fascinating biological mechanism. Rain acts as natural pink noise, which is a frequency scientifically proven to reduce the brain activity associated with anxious overthinking. By masking the sudden, jarring sounds of the world, a car door slamming, a phone ringing, the hum of traffic, the rain creates a continuous acoustic wall. It completely removes the usual demands and pressures of the outside world, creating the absolute perfect environment to just daydream or simply zone out without any interruption. It gives your hyperactive mind the ultimate permission to stop processing and finally get some rest.
Part 3. Permission to retreat.
A rainy day grants you a pressure-free, completely valid excuse to protect your peace. Think about that very specific feeling of guilt that usually accompanies canceling plans or saying no to an invitation. We live in a society that glorifies constant motion, right? Constant availability. But when the skies open up, the rain just washes all of that guilt away. It's basically nature stepping in and giving you society's permission to be introverted, to stay inside, and to put yourself first. You don't need to explain yourself. The weather has already provided the ultimate, unquestionable explanation for you.
Part 4. Valuing clarity and depth.
Please know this. Loving the rain isn't just some odd habit. Seeking this kind of solace isn't strange, and it certainly isn't something you need to hide, apologize for, or ever feel guilty about. It's a profound psychological need for someone with your specific depth of perception. Your mind naturally craves the quiet spaces that the rest of the world is just too busy to even notice.
Realize this. Loving the storm is a sign that you value clarity and depth in a world that rarely slows down enough to let you think. Let that powerful realization wash over you for a moment. You're simply seeking a moment of stillness in a world that moves far too fast. You're finding beauty and restoration in the shadows, creating a safe harbor for your mind to finally unpack the thoughts it's carried all day.
As we wrap up tonight's explainer, I want to leave you with this lingering thought. Will you let the next storm finally give you the permission to slow down and just think? The next time the sky turns gray and the first drops hit your window, I really hope you embrace it completely. Feel validated in your need for peace. Let this sensory blanket fall over you. I wish you a very quiet, deeply restorative night.
Do you frequently feel like your energy drains when you're around others? Do you find that you genuinely need way more alone time than the people in your life seem to require? Does the modern world often just feel entirely, overwhelmingly overstimulating? If you're nodding along right now, know that the rain speaks directly to this part of your soul. It addresses a silent, invisible exhaustion that you carry with you every single day.